Digit heat, dry conditions, and intense wildfires that blackened thousands of acres of land in northern Nebraska.
Fires that jumped the Niobrara River twice, destroying livestock, ranch land, even people's homes. So how has the area recovered 3 years later?
And what reminders still remain for those living where the blaze broke out? NTV's Tanner Kaler traveled to northern Nebraska and has our special report, remembering the 2012 Nebraska wildfires.
Once a beautiful cedar tree, now all that remains is the charred and burned skeletal limbs. This 3 years after wildfires burned in this part of central Nebraska. Scenes like this dot the canyons and valleys of the Niobrara River, serving as painful reminders to those who live here of the scary and dangerous times when the wildfires burned.
All of this out here was trees, and they were all burned completely. We left the one standing because it had some green on it and thought it might make it. We cut the rest of them down, but it's gone now too.
The view from the Brannons' home in Norden, Nebraska is much different now than it was before the fires in July of 2012.
You can see places in the canyons that we'd never been able to see before.
Their home was right in the path. The couple did all they could to keep it from going up in flames like everything else around them.
Well, I realized it, Friday at noon, the day of the fire, when it was starting to cross the river south, because it was huge. You could see it, the smoke and stuff. And I knew it was going to come up this way.
Now officially they're referred to as the Region 24 complex. 3 separate fires all to burn within the same period of time. The first and the largest to burn was known as the Fairfield Creek Fire just to my west here, and burned through parts of Keapaha, Brown, and Cherry counties. A lightning storm created by that fire later started 2 more, the Wentworth and Hall fires, further to the east along the Niobrara River.
We didn't have any rain all summer. It was dry, windy. It was just, the conditions were just perfect for something like this to happen.
Doug Fox is the director of the Region 24 Emergency Management Agency, in charge of organizing firefighting efforts during those tense few weeks. In that time, over 100 departments in Nebraska and South Dakota came to assist.
That's what they are, They're giving people up in this area, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
And while the environment continues to recover in this part of the good life, those who call it home say memories of those dark days still live on.
But earlier this spring, when we weren't getting rain, it was hot, and you're always reminded that it can come back again. And
in north central Nebraska, Tanner Kaler, NTV News.
Look at that image.
Amazing. Doug Fox, who you saw in that story, says there have been changes made since those fires, including grant programs available for those in that area to remove flammable trees and undergrowth around their homes.
He added a plane to drop water is now stationed in Nebraska during the summer months to fight any fires that might flare up.
Yeah, some amazing pictures there. As we turn to Dave with sports, we got some big news on the Husker front.
Really big news, really bad news as